Hello and welcome to Crowforest Reviews. So seeing as how it's the Halloween season, I thought I'd talk about something featuring a Halloween game. Specifically the popular high school dare game, Bloody Mary, wherein participants dare each other to say Bloody Mary into the mirror 3 times, summoning a vengeful spirit that tries to kill them. You know, for kids! So this is the supernatural episode Bloody Mary. So the episode opens with a group of girls playing Truth or Dare, and one of them dares another to say Bloody Mary into the mirror.
Dare.
You have to say Bloody Mary in the bathroom.
Wait, so when you're playing Truth or Dare, you can dare someone to play another game? Well, I guess there's nothing in the rules that says you can't. So, okay.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
I dare you to play Monopoly.
No! So after giving the audience a general overview of the game, the girl goes into the bathroom to say Bloody Mary into the mirror.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
And then the other girls pound on the door to scare her, because they're just kind of jerks that way. But while Bloody Mary didn't appear in the bathroom mirror, it turns out that she did appear in every other mirror in the house. Bloody Mary? I think maybe you didn't get the memo. There is a specific way this is supposed to work, and this isn't it. This is the exact opposite of what you were supposed to do. So anyway, long story short, Bloody Mary kills the girl's father. Rude! So cut to the next scene, where Sam is having a weird dream thing that has nothing to do with this episode's plot. Next scene! So Sam and Dean have just arrived in Toledo, Ohio, where this week they've decided to pose as poor college students, who can still somehow afford a $100 bribe to get into the morgue to see the dead body. Is anyone stupid enough to actually buy this? Well, apparently yes, because the next scene shows them in said morgue examining liquefied eyeballs. Maybe I should try bribery. Also, ew!
Need I bother with the or is it a given?
For the eyes, what would cause something like that?
Capillaries can burst. I see a lot of bloodshot eyes with stroke victims. Yeah, you ever see exploding eyeballs?
I can't really see anything at all. Would it kill you to turn the lights on?
So naturally, considering the strange nature of this death, and also because they think demons are behind every cat stuck up a tree, they suspect demons.
It's my worst fear come true. Here we go. This diabolical plot can only be the work of the sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance, evil Emperor Zurg.
What plot? You think Zurg is behind every kitten stuck up a tree?
The fiend. Why can't he leave kitty cats out of his nefarious schemes?
And since suspecting demonic involvement somehow magically grants them jurisdiction, they decide to go poking about the house. Even going so far as to go into the bathroom where the man died, even though it's an active crime scene. Naturally, they're confronted about this, but never fear, they have another bullshit cover story ready to slap together at a moment's notice.
Who are you, cops?
Something like that.
Ah yes, something like that. If by something like that you mean absolutely nothing like that. Remember, it's not lying if the thing you say is just code for the exact opposite thing.
Oh, well, I'm glad your butt is working. Oh, I'll be using butt as shorthand for your head.
So the woman who Sam and Dean were just talking to calls her friend, who, for some reason, out of nowhere decides to say Bloody Mary into the mirror 3 times, just for shits and giggles.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
Predictably, it does not go well for her. Ah! I hate it when my eyeballs start to bleed. Back with Sam and Dean, they're researching mirror-related deaths in the town.
Did you find anything?
A few local women, a Laura and a Catherine, committed suicide in front of a mirror. And a giant mirror fell on a guy named Dave.
That's it! Bloody Dave! Wait, no, that's not right.
I've also been searching for strange deaths in the area. You know, eyeball bleeding, that sort of thing.
Ew?
Yeah, that's what I said.
But just when they're ready to give up, they hear about the second death, and they rush to investigate, trying hard not to seem too excited about it.
And they found her on the bathroom floor. And her eyes, they were gone.
I'm sorry.
What's that? Another body's been found? Woohoo! We can crack this case wide open now! Yeah! So Sam and Dean go with the woman they've been talking to and investigate the house where the second victim died, where they find a possible connection to a kid killed in a hit and run. They speculate that when Bloody Mary is conjured in a house, she goes after the person who did something wrong and kills them, regardless of whether they were the one who actually summoned her or not. Which just seems needlessly complicated, and it doesn't allow for the possibility that maybe no one in the house did anything terrible. But whatever. So doing a little research, they managed to zero in on their primary suspect, one Mary Worthington, who had her eyes cut out in front of a mirror.
Looks like the same handprint.
Her name was Mary Worthington. An unsolved murder in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
And so they go to the Public Records Office to get additional information, this time posing as reporters. But what they learn is somewhat problematic.
Where's she buried?
She wasn't. She was cremated.
This is a problem because the way Sam and Dean get rid of ghosts is to salt and burn the bones. But in the case of Bloody Mary, there are no bones left. But they do learn that the mirror that she died in front of is in a shop in Toledo, and so they speculate that her soul must be somehow trapped in the mirror.
So wherever the mirror goes, that's where Mary goes?
Her spirit's definitely tied up with it somehow.
Isn't there an old superstition that says mirrors can capture spirits?
But enough of that. We haven't had a scare in a while, so cut to a third victim saying Bloody Mary into a mirror. Like an idiot.
Okay, so... Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
So anyway, she goes off to class and...
Therefore, the ionic radius is smaller than the atomic radius.
Well, to be fair, she wasn't actually screaming about Bloody Mary. It was just a really boring lecture and she was trying to liven things up. So anyway, the latest would-be victim somehow manages to survive, and so Sam and Dean take her to a mirror-free safe house where Bloody Mary won't be able to get her. Sam decides that the only way they can kill Bloody Mary is to summon her into her own mirror, and then to destroy the mirror. And moreover, he decides that he needs to be the one to summon her. Because, well, he's been feeling emo, and he just really wants to sacrifice himself for the team. So they get to the store where the mirror is, but wouldn't you know it, it's a mirror store with hundreds of mirrors. How are they ever going to find it?
Maybe they've already sold it.
I don't think so.
Oh, wait. They just found it. In like 2 seconds. Well, that was a lot of tension for nothing. Sam summons Bloody Mary, but she doesn't appear in the mirror that she was supposed to appear in. Once again, missing the memo on how this thing works. So Sam starts smashing all the mirrors to get to her, while Dean goes outside to beat up some cops. Just go with it. So Sam's eyeballs start bleeding.
I think I speak for all of us. Ew.
But Dean comes back in just in time to smash the mirror and save him, destroying Bloody Mary. Except not really, because it turns out that she can now manifest in the real world somehow. But it's okay, because Dean holds up a mirror, which naturally causes her face to melt. It happens. This climax makes perfect sense. I have no questions whatsoever. What, you didn't understand it? Well, clearly you just weren't paying attention. Makes perfect sense. And so, with the day saved, Sam and Dean ride off into the sunset. So that was Bloody Mary. How was it? Well, this show can be a bit tedious at times, with Sam and Dean's constant cover stories and inevitable awkward confrontations. This was a pretty good episode, and it had a pretty interesting spin on the classic Bloody Mary mythos. And more than that, it taught us a valuable lesson. Don't summon Bloody Mary. Just don't do it. You might think you have her outsmarted, but you don't. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Don't fuck with Bloody Mary. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, here's your kid-friendly clip of the day.
You did it. You killed that boy.
But while Bloody Mary didn't appear in the bathroom mirror, it turns out that she did appear in every other mirror in the house. Wait a minute. Bloody Mary?